Hey, what's up? What's up? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Almost forgot. Ah, King Geo has got to go on, bro. Hey, what's up? What's up, my people? What's up, my people? This is King Geo in the house. I want to say thank you for joining. Let's go. Let's join. Let's join. And Charles, you're welcome for the update. Like I said, there's nothing going on with the stimulus package as of last maybe a few hours ago. I don't know what's going on now, but for now, we are going to talk about Kamala Harris. Did Joe Biden do the right? Did he choose the right person? I should speak, or I should say. Guys, you can call in live. This is a live show. You can call in at 336-485-6434. And you can voice your opinion and you'll be going live at King Geo. All right? Also, guys, don't forget that I do super chats. So if you want to donate, there's a $sign right there at the bottom. And you can donate whatever you want, whatever amount it is. And you always remember that King Geo always pays it forward. So I want to get more people on because I want to get on the Super Tuesday. I want to see what your reaction is. Vice President Biden taking Kamala Harris as a vice president. I want to get your opinion because I want to give you mine. Like I said before, for those who don't know me, I'm going to tell you back in the days, maybe back in the 90s, I was a Democrat. I really believe in the Democratic Party. To this day, I tend to believe in something that they do say, the same way that I believe in something that the Republicans say, but I don't affiliate myself with any party anymore. For the simple fact is that as my years have gone, as years have hit me, and I've gone by through life, I'm 48 years old now, I've seen how these people have made promises through promises through promises and have done nothing. Every 4 years, it's the same thing. Every 4 years, it's immigration. Every 4 years, it's health. Every 4 years is jobs. I mean, we're doing the same thing. We're doing the monotony over and over again every 4 years. Nothing's has changed. We're still fighting for equal rights. We're still fighting for universal health care. We're still fighting for education. There's so many things that we're still fighting for. That when I was 10 years old, Ronald Reagan was saying the same thing. So Ronald Reagan back in the 80s, in 1980, he was talking about the economy. He was talking about, he never talked about AIDS when it first came out. He even mentioned AIDS. He was talking about the jobs. He was talking about the same stuff, health. He was talking about everything that we're talking about now. And this was back in 1980. We're talking about 80, 90, 2000. We're talking about 30 years ago. Still 30 years ago. We're talking about 40 years ago. We're still talking about the same thing over and over again. We're not the same thing. But anyways, and that's what gets me bad. If I would have been a Democrat, I would have never voted. I would have never voted for Barack Obama. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I just want to get more people on the show so they can give me their opinion. I don't want to rant over an hour and no one comes on. But I just want you guys to give me your opinion on Kamala Harris. I know this much of her, what I've read from her. She is a good attorney. She was a good prosecutor. She didn't want a juvenile offender to get to be brought up with charges in the Superior Court when she was in California. So what caught me by surprise was that Biden chose her because he did say he was going to choose a woman of color, which is good. I have no problems with that. But my problem is that Miss Harris, and maybe I may get shouted out. I may get bad with this, but Miss Harris is not completely black. It's the same way Barack Obama isn't completely black. She's half black, half Indian. That's number one. Number two, I like my candidates. If she's going to fight for equal rights, if she's going to fight for something, I want someone who has gone through the trenches, a person who has gone through what we have gone through. What's up, blacks, man? Libertarian. Well, you got to do something, right? Well, that's the whole thing, John. Blacks. She called Biden a racist because of, remember, she called him a racist because of the bus discrimination, because he was against whatever for the buses. Now that you mentioned that, I remember that. And he says, well, I don't want my kids growing up in the jungle. And he didn't mean it that way, growing up in the jungle as far as blacks and whites, but he meant it. He didn't want to confuse his kids. I'm not a Biden fan, but I'm telling you what he meant by those words. Okay, so here she is, like I said before. So she's not completely black. Okay, she's half black, she's half Indian, fine, but she's never been through the trenches of what black people have gone through, what Hispanics have gone through, what even white people who live in places like like in the slums or live in projects never have gone through that. And I want to see someone who has gone through that experience. She's a lawyer. Let me tell you something. Like I said before, anyone who knows me, you're going to hear that phrase a lot from me. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like lawyers to become politicians at all. At all. Because if you spent 7 years in law school to become all of a sudden to become a politician, that means that's a lawyer, you suck. She was a good lawyer from what I read and what I did my research on her. She was a good lawyer, so then you stay in law. Maybe on later on in life as time passes by and you get your learning experience, then you can say something. Barack Obama, I didn't choose Barack Obama for the simple reason was that Barack Obama lacked the experience. He did good the last 4 years, his last 4 years, but his first 4 years, I can't put too much on him because he did get the country in a recession. But I wanted someone with experience, and that's and whether it's military experience, whether it's street experience. Somewhat of experience, because you cannot. I was an alcoholic, and as an ex-alcoholic, I can tell you, yes, she was a prosecutor, but you know what? As a prosecutor, she didn't like to go against the third strike you're out, because California is very strict on that, and she didn't want juveniles to be prosecuted in Supreme Court, and she wanted juveniles to be held in juvenile court. And I'm somewhat picky on that, because I don't care what our doctor says. Oh, this person doesn't have the mind. Is only 12 years old, but this 12-year-old committed a heinous crime, or whatever the case may be. But the 3-strike rule, you're out. That was Bill Clinton. He did that. But California holds that to heart. Detroit holds that to heart. I saw a guy the other day who had 2 felonies, and because he abused an animal. His animal abuse charge was a felony, and they gave him life. And in most states, 3 strikes you're out rule means that if you committed 3 of the same, like in New York, you have to commit 3 of the same offenses in order for the 3 strikes you're out rule to come in. California, it doesn't matter which felony you get. 3 strikes you're out. But she's a prosecutor, and unless she called Biden a racist. So she doesn't come off to me as a VP type. Being my personal opinion, I wanted Stacey Adams, the young lady from Georgia. I wanted her to be. If he was going to choose someone, I wanted it to be her. Because she's been to the trenches. She knows what it is growing up in the street. She knows what it is doing this. And that's the type of person I want. Like I said before, I was an alcoholic, and I can tell you what it is to detox. I can tell you what it is. I can tell you what going through the steps of not going back to the people, places, and things. I can do all that. A psychiatrist can tell you all these things because the psychiatrist only knows, but a psychiatrist cannot tell you what are the steps, what are the necessary things that you need to do, because they only learn from what you and I tell them, or from a book. They don't have that experience. So I prefer getting my experience from someone who's been there. I prefer going to war with a sergeant who's been to 2 or 3 wars, knows what he or she is doing, instead of going with a guy who's 20, 21 years old and never been to war before. You know, if I want to sacrifice my life, I want to sacrifice my life and give it to someone, you know, worthy, like blacks. Let's just say blacks for men been to 3 different tours, 3 different wars. I want to go with blacks. Even if I die, but I went with blacks because he's the more experienced one. I'm not going to go with Joe Schmo, who's never been in war before. This is his first time. He's wet behind the ears. No. So, what made Biden come to this conclusion? I have no idea. I figured he was going to choose Stacey Adams, or he was going to choose someone like that, for the simple reason: number one, she's from Georgia, she's black, and number two, the Democrats was going to. I was assuming that the Democrats was going to, you know, like, I don't know, they was going to like mold her over. So then in 2024, the vice president can run for president, because I'm not too keen. I'm not even too keen on Biden going presidents now, but we got to vote for him by default. Like the hat, see that King Geo? We got to go by him. So we got to vote by him by default, but I wanted someone who's younger, or of course Kamala Harris is younger than he is, but someone with experience from the streets and stuff like that, someone who's coming up, an up-and-coming young lady that was able to, in 4 years, she would get the experience that would come, you know, with the president, go to places, advocate for us, and all that kind of stuff. But Kamala Harris, you know, she was born in California. Her mother's Indian. Her father's black. She was in California for a little bit, and then she moved to Canada. That's where she graduated in Canada, Canadian high school. So I don't see her as a person that knows what the black community or the minority community really wants. That's just me. You know, but it's can't say it's an interesting pick. It's just a regular pick. He should, if he would have gone that route, he should just gone. If he wanted that route, and it would have been a woman, but his thing was that he did say he wanted a woman of color way back then. But if he would have just kept himself to a woman. For that, if we're going to talk about experience, we should have just he should have just chosen Elizabeth Warren. She has experience far more than Kamala Harris. Far more. So, you know, but he did say a woman of color. So when I him saying that, he had no choice but to choose a woman of color. As much as I know the fact that she's half black, but she's not fully black. Just like Barack Obama. Barack Obama's not fully black either. So he was not the first African American in our presidency. If anyone wants to know the true first black or half black president of the United States, was Abraham Lincoln, because Abraham Lincoln was black. Abraham Lincoln's mother was a slave. And though Abraham Lincoln was it's one of my favorite presidents, but that was the first half black president. So guys, there you go. My number live, calling 336-485-6434. Let me know your opinion. Let me know, what do you think about the Biden? I also want to get another thing about unemployment. Unemployment is not going to go through for a while because President Trump did all this. He talked. And he has a lot of people thinking that unemployment is extended, But the money, the state has to give 25% of $400, and some states don't have that kind of money to give. That's number one. Number two, he doesn't have the legal right to say we're going to give out $300, because the one who spends the one who has the authority to spend money is Congress. Congress is the one who has that authority. You know? Got this here. I got this little tripod here, which I bought this tripod, which I suggest that nobody gets it. If I put this here like this. So see, I got two phones. I got the S10, and this is my S20. It's Verizon. This is Verizon. This is Verizon, and this is Sprint. So yes, people. So like I was saying, so unemployment's still going to go through for a while. Let's not blame the Democrats, because the Democrats did put out a HEROES Act, and the Republicans have done nothing for it. Nothing at all. Another question that I want to ask you guys: do you guys think that a person who is infected with COVID and knows that that person is infected with COVID and goes to a church or goes to wherever it is, and they find out that this person spread COVID, do you think that person should be brought up charges? Should that person be prosecuted? Should charges be brought up to that person? That's what I meant to say. So yeah. So that's who we have. Let's go to other places where you guys can tell me. A lot of things are going to go on this year, and we got to look at this. We got to go blue for the simple reasons that we have. You don't want your justice system to crumble, and the justice system in our country has been failing us for years. Whether it's either through Democrat or Republican, it has not mattered. But we need to get justice in there. Oh, Joe's gonna win, blacks. That's with no doubt. Look, the reason the reason Joe's gonna win, and there's a lot of people don't tell you about this, but there's a lot. People who are in the industrial business, that's the one thing that people don't talk about. CNN don't tell you about this, Fox don't tell you about that, but King Geo's gonna tell you. There have been a lot of business. There have been a lot of people who have lost employment in the industrial business. They are pissed off because this is a man who promised the industry that their businesses, that more people was going to get employed into the industrial business, and that has not been the case. The farmers are pissed off at Donald Trump because he promised one thing and it hasn't delivered at all. It is now that maybe I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago that FEMA shed out $630 million for the farmers. But before, nothing. When he was debating with China on the tariff, who was suffering? The farmers, because China buys a lot of agriculture from the United States. Well, you gotta think about it, blacks. Obama did a lot. You gotta think about that. Obama came into this country with a recession. He came into this country, he hit a recession. So the first 4 years that the recession was there, he had to do things they had to do. He bailed out the automotive company, which they did pay back the money that they took from the bailout. The only company that did not take money from Barack Obama was Ford, but although Chrysler, they took some money. So the first 4 years of Barack Obama was not that great because he had a recession. But take this, he took an unemployment rate from 11. I think it was 12 or 11. I'm not sure, but it was one of those two. From 11, let's just say 11.5. He took it from 11.5, and in 8 years, he brought it down to 4.5%. If you look at Barack Obama's last 3 years to Donald Trump's first 3 years, you can't compare. So he brought unemployment from that high up to 4.7. I'm sorry, 4.7. From 11 to 4.7 in 8 years. Donald Trump, in 3 years, all he's done was brought the unemployment rate from 4.7 to 3.5. That's 1.2%. That's nothing. That's nothing. All right? The products that he said that he was going to bring back companies that was going to be made here in America, where are they? They're nowhere. If you buy, I went to a show here the other day, a flea market. This lady had a desk full of Trump paraphernalia, about my hats, about my shirts, and when you look at them, they all said "Made in China," "Made in China." And then I was going to say something to this lady because she was so up to Donald Trump that she had the audacity to say that white people who go against their own race shouldn't belong in this country. Isn't this country built for all? This is like real racist. I mean, if you're not white and you don't vote for the white power, that's it. You're not white. I mean, is this what you teach your kids? If you're not white, you don't play with kids. If you're not white, you don't do this. If you're not white, you don't do that. Is that what you teach your kids? Apparently, in this county, they do. Not all, but at least that lady did. And I was going to say something to her, but I didn't say nothing to her. I kept my mouth shut. But next time, I'm going to say something. Because even though racism has always existed from the beginning of time, since Adam and Eve have been on this earth, we cannot take away racism, but we sure can diminish racism. And that's how you do that. That's you educate people. You educate children. You take your child and you let them know that we all created equal. That men do cry. You know, our fathers tell their kids, men don't cry, and that's a shame. You could, like I said, you could mitigate it. You know, you could slow it down. This the way you're not going to get rid of it at all. You're not. We shouldn't even think that. But we can mitigate it. We could do so many things. You know, that you'd be like, wow, we have come a long way. Because come on, guys, we're still in an age where people look at you because either you're black or Hispanic. They look at you differently. Because if you're in this place, or if you go into a store, they'll be looking at you, making sure you don't steal something. That is so ridiculous. That we've gone through thousands and thousands of years, and we still in square one. We haven't moved forward. Because you know why? Because let me tell you something. You go to the school, you go to high school, and luckily I was the type of student that I like to learn on my own. So I learned from different cultures. But it's kind of a shame that you look at a book. Exactly, Brittany. I have friends of I have all my friends. I have black friends. I have white friends. I have 2 Chinese friends, 2 Korean friends. Yeah, well, Blackston. Wait, let me get you there, Blackston. Let me start from the beginning. You go to school. You go to history, right? They give you a history book. And mostly that history book, all it tells you is about white people. Very rare do you see of a black person, either unless it's Martin Luther King, unless it's Malcolm X. You very rare hear about blacks, unless it's Black History Month. But you don't hear anything other than white in history class. History teaches you that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Hello, Christopher Columbus never set foot in the United States. All he did was the islands, the Caribbean islands. He never set foot in the United States. The only one that set foot here was Ponce de Leon. That's because Ponce de Leon went from Puerto Rico to Florida to find the fountain of youth. So when you don't have people that you can look up to, and all you know is about white people, where is my heritage? And that's where we fail in school, in society. Marcus Garvey, I don't know who Marcus Garvey is, but I am going to look him up as we're talking about this now. But there are a lot of black people that you can put up to, you know how great it is. And I'm not talking about athletes. I'm not talking about athletes. We're going to get to that. But how good is it for a black young kid to say, wow, this person was the first writer that ever wrote a book. This was the first writer this is the first person who invented this. They don't give black people that much credit. Shit, Thomas Edison, half of his invention was stolen. He stole half his shit, but they don't teach you that in school. Because they don't want to degrade the white race. No, they won't. Look, you had Brittany, just to let you know. I forgot his name. I don't remember right now, but you had a black king from Africa who ruled over Italy, took over Italy. That's when you see most Italians, or some Italians, are dark skinned, like my skin complexion. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It's not that Brittany, it's not that fools don't know the truth. It's that they lack the training that they give us in school, bro. And like I said, I taught myself. I looked at books. I looked at other things. Haley Salasy, let me first look for Marcus. See Marcus Garvey? Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican political activist, publisher, journalist, entrepreneur, and orator. He was the founder of the first President General of the University of Negro Improvement Association and the African Communities League. All right. I never heard of him. 1887 to 1940. You never heard of him because these are the things that you want to learn. Because this gives our young kids the ability to say, if he did it, I can do it. Yeah, that's I think the death of Alessandro Moro Medici. You had a lot of black people who were kings. They just don't teach you about that. Il Moro de Medici. I don't know who Alessandro. See, I'm learning with you guys, and I love to learn. So let's just say Marcus Gray. Let's just say what else? Who you gave me? Marcus Gray. You gave me another one. Haley Salasy. Let's just say these people were in our history book, or they put them in a history book now. You know how many black people will be able, black kids, boys and girls could be able to say, wow, we did this. I saw the movie where the girl from Empire, the mathematicians, the ladies that were mathematicians for NASA, I didn't even know that. And I'm a science freak. I didn't even know that until I saw the movie that such a woman existed, that they helped out NASA. I didn't know that. We need to stop begging for education, Gio. Everything is at our fingertips. Yes, that is true. I could say that. But no one, no, unless you're a student like you or I or Brittany that that seek knowledge, they're not going to do it unless there are some kids that just don't care, and if you spark that little thing in their head, they're like, oh wow, really? Some kids need that spark, and if you spark them there, boom. Everybody learns differently. Haile Selassie, Haile Selassie the first was the emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 to 1974, and he had been regent plenipotentiary of Ethiopia from 1916. He is the defining figure of the modern Ethiopian. That's him right there. All right, see, I learned something new. But they don't teach us that in school. They never taught me that. I just heard this thing now. All right, so Brittany says, mine was sparked in America. My 8th grade teacher liked me, and I had friends, and instead of just doing MLK or MLX. Okay. I'm not a big Malcolm X fan. I like more Martin Luther King, but I'm not a big Malcolm X fan. But these are the people that we're supposed to like the Haile Selassie, which is the people that we're supposed to know about because they were kings. So here we are thinking that all kings were all white, and this guy was the king of Ethiopia. But why they don't teach us that? Because it's in Ethiopia. It's in the other side of the world. So how is that going to affect us, or why should it affect us? They don't think. He's the one, him, Winston Churchill. From there, I just kept learning. When you move different. Yes, that is true. Winston Churchill I think he was a good leader. Saint Maurice. Okay. Let's go look for Saint Maurice. Saint Maurice was the leader of the legendary Roman Theban legion of the 3rd century and one of the favorite and most widely venerated saints of that group. He was the patron saint of several professions, locales, and kingdoms. He was the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria. Another Egyptian. The legend by Echirius of Lion. You have a whole history here. Yeah, I know Egyptians were black. Yeah, I see that. Thank you. And I'm going to read into this. That caught my eye. It's just like the other day. I found out that what was it? That Nigeria pays France some many billions of dollars a year. If I don't know, they didn't even say for what. And I'm like, wait, pay France what? But it's good to know but we all know that kings came from Egypt. We all know that because that's in the Bible. I mean, history tells us, and that's where the pyramids are at. You know, JFK said Haile Selassie was the most honored guest of America and through. Oh, that was good. So we all know that. Even in the Bible, even in the Bible, it says in the Old Testament that there were queens that ruled, women that ruled a nation. But then you have Jehovah's Witnesses that says a woman cannot be a ruler, a woman cannot be a prophet, a woman cannot be a pastor, a woman cannot be standing in a pulpit and speak about God. Dime.
I need to talk to you.
¿De qué?
I need to talk to you.
Estoy haciendo esto cuando termine.
I'm coming back up.
Haile Selassie was the last true descendant of King Solomon. King Solomon, you're talking about King Solomon, the one who wrote Psalms, the book of Psalms. And I remember King Solomon at one point, and we're talking about the same, the one, the book of Psalms. King Solomon at the beginning was an evil man. And then he turned his life over to Christ. Then he turned his life over to God. He had the Ark of the Covenant. Okay. Well, I know most of those churches, either in Germany, Russia, they were all from Egyptian. Just like Babe Ruth. Oh, I know Babe Ruth is black. No one can tell me he's white because I say this as a joke, but Babe Ruth's nose is big. He's too big to be a white guy. Yeah, no, and that's why they changed the narrative to a lot of things. Like they claim that Jackie Robinson was the first black American baseball player. No, he was not. There were a lot of Negroes who played in MLB. There were, and when I say Negroes, you don't have to be Negro from here, from the United States. You had Cuban Negroes. You had Cuban Puerto Ricans who were black, who had black dark skin. Oh, I know they want you're white, but you have to be astute to know the difference. I know for the minute that I saw Babe Ruth, I said, this guy has some black in him. The minute that I saw the minute that I saw Abraham Lincoln, I saw that he has some black in him. They'll claim Mahomes is white. That's why, isn't it funny when you see a black person with blue eyes and they say, I'm pure black? No, you have some white in you. or black with freckles, that means you have some Irish in you. Oh, that is true. Well, you know, I haven't seen Mahomes because I'm not a KC fan. I'm a Jets fan, so I don't know too much about Mahomes. I know that every time someone picks Mahomes in the NFL on PlayStation or Xbox, all they do is run with him. They don't throw the ball because he runs fast. They don't throw they do nothing, so I just turn it off. Because they don't want to portray a black person being a successful quarterback. I saw him with the Mets jersey on. But they don't say that due to his black dad. But put it this way: a quarterback, most quarterbacks in the NFL, what are they? They're white. You would never, back in the 70s and 80s, and even the 90s, you would have never seen a black QB until McMahon and Michael Vick. You know, so, but we have to, but like I said, we have to make our own history, and we have to take everything in, not in stride, but we have to take everything and just run with it and make our own history and say this is the way it is, because we can't be leading and let these people think that this is a white America when this is not white America. Okay, I didn't know that. That's Mahomes. I didn't know about that. So your ethics are Roman. Look, man, me personally, I respect you. I don't care about race. I don't care about. All I care is about human beings. Period. When I believe what the Bible says, that we all are created equal, we are created in God's images, God's image. Whether you're black or white, whether you were born with one eye or no eye, it makes no difference to me. I will treat you the same way. Unfortunately, most people don't think that way. I don't think that I'm better than you. I don't think you're better than me. You're 20% British and 10% Czechoslovakian. All right. My main concern is that once I die, that I reach that, that I get to be written in the book of life of God. That's all I care about. It's true, Brittany. There is no day. Well, we have nowhere to go back to, but there's no. So we gotta sit down as human beings and come up about how do we go about it? How do we figure this out? Because as long as you have people with one set of mind that can lead other people, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get racism. You're gonna get people that are gonna hate one another. Doesn't matter what you or I say. Me personally, I don't like it when people say, you know what, my people were oppressed for 400 years, blah, 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 blah. But that was 400 years ago. You or I weren't even there. we weren't even a gleam in our dad's eye. So what does that have to do with us? Well, what I'm concerned about is the now, not the past. It's the now. And how do we take this now to make it a better tomorrow? Yeah, I know that's true. PE. There is no PE nowadays. I can't throw a ball. No, it's unfortunate how school everything has changed. I mean, when I was in school, we did the national anthem, we prayed, and as I grew older, people didn't want to pray because my son is not Catholic, because my son is not Christian, my son is a Jew, my son is an Islam, I mean, he's Hindu, whatever the case may be. So they took that out. I was a nerd, but the jocks had it all. If you were a jock, you had it all. But you weren't going nowhere anyway, right? Well, put it this way. Now they want you to now in order for you. Well, put it they lower the bar now as far as basketball is concerned because the NBA before you had to go to you had to go to college. Now you don't have to go to college. Now you can get drafted from high school. I met a girl from Louisiana. She was from Monterey, and she used to go to LSU. And she used to go to she was in school with Shaq was at school there. And she said that Shaq was dumb. And Shaq is worth over $300 million now. I met another woman who used to go to school with Magic Johnson. And said Magic Johnson wasn't the brightest kid in the school. And look at him now. Back in those days, you could be black and play a sport, you got it. Instead of being black with a brain, and you got it. And going back to Blank's comment earlier on, that the media has gotten us to this way, and it's true because you have black rappers, you have black actors. There's so many people in the media that are black that they portray one thing when they're not. You got. I mean, I don't like that. I don't listen to hardcore rap because of that reason. Because they degrade women. Women are bitches, women are whores, women are this, women are that. But hey, yo, guy, we came from women. My mom's a mom, my mom's a woman. Your mom's a woman. There's no reason to degrade women. I was the same way, Brittany. I was in honor classes. I was a nerd, but a nerd with a bad because I was an honor roll. I mean, I was an honor roll. I was a whole school monitor because class was so boring for me. I had to get out because I went in class and once I went in class, I did my work in 15 minutes, so I had 30 minutes to do nothing. So my teachers always put me to do something, and my principal said, "Why don't you become a home monitor?" I said, "Okay." Yeah, really, is it guys like Ice Cube? That's true because. That's the problem. I was nerdy and artsy, but I was forced to play ball due to 3 other brothers. I had to get my weight up and earn my respect. Okay. Best thing you ever did. That's good. Then idiots celebrate NWA. Real talk. It's pathetic. It's true. Look, man, I don't mind. I don't actually. When you come, that's why I like Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington speaks the truth. Morgan Freeman speaks the truth. They asked Morgan Freeman one day, how do you get rid of racism? He said, just not talk about it. And it's true because look at it this way. When you look at the news, you see the police arrested a black person for armed robbery. The rapist for this person was black. Why can't you say a police arrested a person who robbed a store? A police arrested the rapist who raped this person, but through anonymity, we're not going to say her name. Why can't you just do that instead of saying, "Oh, we arrested a black person, we arrested a Hispanic person, we arrested a white person"? Just erase all that. There's no need to mention race. But when you mention race, you say, "Oh, a black person went into this liquor store, or the black person went into the store and killed two people, or did this and that." What's the first thing a white person's going to think? These black people, you can't trust them. All these blacks this, all these blacks that. Because you mentioned the word black. Had you not said that, that would have kept that person in suspense. Or a person. I mean, just in general. That is true. That is true, Brittany. Put that up. Let's put that up. And Blank said, the less you care about anything makes you a better rapper. Huh? Because that is true. But most rappers don't. Think about it. What rapper do you know, hardcore rapper do you know, that does something for the community, that does something to empower others? That's a good thing to have, bro. I remember the Hells Angels. Is that is your emoji a Brittany? What's your emoji from? I seen that emoji somewhere. That's why. You know, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't like J-Lo. I don't like J-Lo because J-Lo hasn't done shit from the Bronx. I don't like J-Lo when stuff happens in Puerto Rico that she gives to Puerto Rico, or when she even voices about Puerto Rico, or a woman who has never lived in Puerto Rico, doesn't know anything about what we have gone through in Puerto Rico, to talk or even donate. You know, she knows the Bronx. She knows where she's at. Gun Hill is a bad place. Yo, why don't you go over there, open up a school for kids to learn how to dance, okay, keep those kids up. Yo, because Gun Hill is bad, bro, even to this day. Nothing. Oh, that's the Mega Man. That's right. It reminded me of those kids from. Remember Voltron? I don't know if you're that old, but Gasoline One. I haven't. I've never seen. I never seen a Mega Man. Yo, Fat Joe don't even know how to speak Spanish. Fat Joe used to be on Valentine's Avenue in the Bronx selling weed, selling crack, selling dope. The only true one that I can give props to about being Puerto Rican and rapping was oh man, I forgot his name. He passed away. Big Pun. Yo, I know. Everybody tells me, "Oh, you're not Puerto Rican. You're New Yorican." And I'm like, "No, I'm Puerto Rican because my mother and father are Puerto Rican. I'm American, but my heritage goes Puerto Rico because that's where my parents are from." And if I look at the linkage, there's some European in us because we have blue eyes, we got green eyes. There's some African in us because I got cousins who are black. So, but it affects me somewhat to say you're from Puerto Rico And because I wasn't born in Puerto Rico, I'm not Puerto Rican. Real estate student. Hey, what's up, real estate student? Thank you for coming in. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Yeah, but once you do that, once you put in the race, like you said, for what some people to look for, but you're putting in racism in it because if you take your son, you have a son, I have a son, and your son is black, my son is Hispanic, and you put him to play, my son's not gonna look at your son because he's black. They're not, because they don't know any better, right? But once they start growing up and we keep teaching these things, and they keep seeing their dad. I saw in the news that this woman got raped by a black guy. Are black people all bad? You start doing that, and that's when I question the media why they do that. There's no need for you to put that up. I think they're called, and people today. My wife said, she goes, she's not Puerto Rican. You New York because you were born and put in New York, and I speak way better Spanish than J Lo. She'll get like Jesse. This black woman to get like Jesse Peterson. I've seen his things. The guy, you talking about morals? I'm giving you morals now. What more morals can you want? You want me to go like Sigmund Freud? I have another channel in Spanish, and I do the same thing in Spanish. I do nothing political in Spanish, but hey, you in here with King Gio? What's up?
What?
Yeah, hello. What's up?
What's up? Just calling to say what's up to you. Hey man, I'm running face to it. I was telling you the reason why they doing that is they putting the races in there because they have to. How are we going to identify who's who when it's the criminal on the loose?
No, but a criminal, when there's a criminal on the loose, is one thing. You could say, okay, there's an all points bulletin, or the police are looking for a 5'2" black person. I can say, okay, that I understand. But what I'm saying is that once they put in the meeting, they say, okay, the police arrested this black person for raping this white woman. The police arrested this black person for stealing at Walmart. I mean, you're no longer describing a person that you're a person of interest. Now this person is in your custody. There's no reason why you should put that person's race in it because it's irrelevant. The person stole something, the person raped someone. That's irrelevant. But when you do that, then another person's going to say, you know what? That's all black people know how to do. Or that's all Puerto Ricans know how to do. They know how to steal. They know how to rob. But what you're saying is identifying. That's different.
Okay, I got you.
So that I understand. That if you're in your neighborhood and you're with your kids and you're listening to the radio or you're watching TV and it says, "Oh, then comes this black person," or "Here comes a Hispanic person who's 6 foot tall, wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. Look out for this person." Then you look out for that person. Go, let me see. Make sure I don't see. Or if I see this Hispanic person, I can call the police and let them know that this person is here. But when you write something and say, "Oh, this black person did this, this black person did that, or this Hispanic person did this," and then you're adding more fuel to a fire that should have been burnt a long time ago.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool, bro. I just wanted to point that out, man. I'm watching your show, man, and I'm gonna keep checking it out, man. Have a good one.
Man, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
All right, peace. And real estate student, Brittany asked me to ask you, do you know about Jesse Lee Patterson? My email, I'll put you my email right here, man. Real estate student is buddy. There is enough crime for every race to be spoken about. Every day the media choose to show minorities as bad. That is true, and that's what we're that's where I'm trying. That was my point. Exactly. You see, and it's been like that since it's been like that. It's been like that for the beginning of time. I mean, blacks and Hispanics. I mean, we're viewed differently than other people. That's good. That's good. Then we can do a Discord and we can do a live. You download StreamYard and we do a live one day, maybe this sometime during this week, and we'll find Discord and have people call in because this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people. I want us to maybe like we all are going to be on the same page, but at least our goal is to reach that page and at least to give some of these kids the knowledge that they lack. In the school, drugs, dogs at my locker, but the white kids nothing. But it's always been like that. It's always been like that, and we have to start within ourselves. I'm gonna give you a story, Brittany Spears. Well, I was in jail one time, and we were playing spades, right? And we were like this. There was one black guy here, me. I'm sitting right here where I'm at now, and there's a white kid right here. And the white kid, he won the game. He goes, here you go. And he said, here you go, nigga. And the black guy was like, what you saying? And the white guy was like, no, I was just joking. So the kid left scared, right? So his boy goes away. And before he left, I said, yo, let me ask you a question. Why is it okay for you and him to call each other's nigga, but when he calls you a nigga just playing around, you get mad at him? You shouldn't be doing that. That word, if you don't want that word to be said, then don't say it at all. I mean, we grew up, where I grew up in the South Bronx, we all grew up saying, yo, what up, nigga, what up, nigga? We didn't mean anything by it. We didn't, people used to call me Spick. I didn't care about that because to me, it's just the name. It's just the word. But if you don't want that N word to spew out, then you shouldn't say it. That's just my thought. Or you were in and out of jail, DUIs, etc. But the DUIs and the jail, there's something. Society didn't put that on you. You did that on your own, just like me. I did the same thing, and I never try to for my faults. I never try to blame anyone, but I blame myself. But like you were in school and you were hanging out with a white kid, and the white kid stole $100. They say, "Oh, it was you, because you black." I'm assuming, right? I don't know. So they blame it on the black kid, or they blame it on Hispanic, and they blame, it just gets so tired. We should, it's kind of funny how back in when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor and they went back, and the Japanese emperor said, you should have awoken a sleeping giant. But yet you come look at it now, you have a lot of Chinese that come to this country and they have their own businesses. It was Chinese store, whatever the case may be. The Jews, they have buildings, they have stores. They come into this country, they do it slowly. The Muslims, they come into this country, they buy buildings, they buy stores. So little by little, they're doing the things that Americans, that we're supposed to be doing, they're doing it and not us. And then they get mad because they're taking over, or they get mad because when they see a Mexican doing construction, they see a Mexican working in a field of vegetables, picking up apples or whatever the case may be, something that they're not doing, they're getting mad at others. The teachers know what's up because they were racist too. A lot of teachers back in the 70s and 80s, even 90s, they were racist. At King Geo, the N-word debates is this. I'll give you this. Yeah, I know. In the school, dogs, my locker room, but the white kids, nothing. And guess who? I know. Who are the drug addicts now? Who Who's the one that's shooing up white people? Who are the ones that white people? Who are opiates being attributed to? White people. You see, if someone was to call my kid a spick, or maybe I would probably get mad. Well, I get mad now at this day and age, but back in my days, I wouldn't have gotten mad. But maybe this day and age, I would, because you're being racist towards a kid. And then I have to deal with my kids, explain to him, hey, what a spick is all about, what they think a spick is. Everywhere you look at, everywhere you see the word in movies, you see the words TV, you see that, not much in TV, you see in songs and lyrics, everywhere you see the N-word, the N-word, the N-word, the N-word. So if you see, so why the fuck do you see Snoop Doggy Dogg? He's saying, oh, but you shouldn't be using the N-word, you should be calling us niggas and blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, you're using it in your own lyrics. Della Rose Tucker tried to warn y'all, but everyone hated her and made songs about her. I don't know who she is, so I cannot comment on who she is. But if you give me a little bit of info on her, I'd appreciate it. It's just now. Think about it this way, guys. Last week, it came to light that Bill Clinton was with Epstein on his private island. How true or not is true, I don't know. The manifesto says that he was there in Epstein Island, and also with Hillary Clinton too. But just the notion to think that this man went to this island to have sex with young girls, and this was the president of the United States. That's kind of disgusting. I love Snoop. He needs to shut up. I love Tupac. Yo, you know, when I was growing up, and when I was in my 20s, I didn't see Tupac like that. You know, I thought he was just too hardcore. But when he passed away, and even to this day, when I hear his lyrics and I hear him talk, that man, had he been alive today, he would have been alive. He would have opened a lot of eyes, because that kid spoke the truth, bro. You didn't see it back then, but as I see it now, Tupac spoke the truth. Yeah, you love Tupac, but he was wrong. How can Tupac was wrong? Some of the stuff that Tupac says is true, bro. Look, one of the things that I was talking about my wife the other day was that I don't like it when either blacks or Hispanics start saying, you know what, I grew up in this neighborhood, that's all I know how to do is drugs. I grew up in this neighborhood, that's all I know how to do is sell drugs. I grew up in this neighborhood, that's all I know how to do. I know how to rob, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. And I say to myself, and I said to my wife, you know, when they say that, that's just giving you an excuse, because if that would have been me, and I was born in the South Bronx, and I sold drugs, I sold everything. That's just, for me, it's my opinion. I would have said that's just to make you even that should push you more for you to do better, to prove to others that all blacks or all Hispanics are not the same. And just because I came from a background that everybody sold drugs or everybody in the block was drug addict, that's not me, that's not who I am. So you change the narrative, you change the story. DMX over pot. Yeah, but nah, DMX. I saw DMX the other day throw some lyric. So you like DMX over Tupac any day? Nah. To spit knowledge the way when has the only one that's doing something to spit knowledge is Ti. That's it. That's about it. Way more spiritual and moral. Well, you used to give Tupac wedges. You said King Geo. I knew a fat Jewish nerdy Star Wars kid from college in my frat that sold drugs to pay for his education, so he had no debt. Graduated with an economy degree. He was the type. He was the type to dress up in the Star Wars movies, nerdy, chubby. Fun. I used to give him wedges. He was moving weight, and then a lot of college kids that didn't mind selling drugs just used it to get on. Selling drugs at 18, you should be out of the game by 22. It's a time frame, not a lifestyle. But see, Brittany, a lot of people don't see it that way. I got you there. I can do that. I give you props for that because yeah, I know. I read it. The Jewish kid. I can see that. The same thing you said right now, Brittany. This right here, which I want to show right now. I want you people to read that. For anyone who reads this later on, you become a drug dealer. This is what you should do. Okay, and from there you go to there. It's a time frame, and that's the key, guys. It's a time frame, not a lifestyle. And that's what a lot of these guys do out there. They take this shit as a lifestyle. If it would have been me, I would have done 10, I would have done $100,000, $200,000. I would have gotten what I needed. The first thing I would have done was got myself a lawyer. First thing. Second thing, I made sure that I was low key and got myself a house, and then after that, I'm out the game. I'm getting what I need and I'm out. Like you said, it's a time frame. It's not a lifestyle, and that's what most people make it out of. Do what you gotta do and bounce. And that's the way. That's a good model to live by. If you're gonna sell drugs, make it a time frame. Don't make it a lifestyle, buddy. Because when you make it a lifestyle, because he did it because he had to go to college. He did it because he had to support his tuition. He had to support, he had to come up. He's in a frat, so I'm assuming he's in a dorm. So you have to do all that kind of stuff. So he did it the right way. And then once that shit is out, he's gone. He's out. No more. But people stay stuck in stupid, or they stay stuck in the monotony, thinking that, oh, this shit's gonna last my whole life. Then I want to sell drugs until I'm 60. No, 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 no. Man, I would have done the same. But that was the thing. That was the thing to do. Brittany, was to sell to frat. You can't be selling. You can't be selling. You can't sell other things. I mean, you couldn't sell it to others that were frat, because the frat, they buy it to you in bunch. Those white people, they buy it to you in bunches, and then we're doing frat parties. Shit, they buy the gummies for them. His plug was a killer though bet. Okay. Yeah, PayPal love too many snitches. But if you do what Brittany says, get what you have to get and bounce, you'll be okay. You'll be all right. But once you start going for the cars, the houses, this, that, someone's either going to shoot you down because your right hand man wants what you have, or someone else wants what you have. The envy, or someone's going to call popo on you and say, yo, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And you're gone. There's no drug dealer in life that lasts a lifetime. And what kind of life is that anyway? You have millions of dollars and you have to live in a mansion with security up your ass and you can't even go out. That's no life. Well, that's cool. No, I don't judge. I don't like that's me. I don't judge people like that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Same way I was talking to my wife the other day about prostitution. If a woman is out there prostituting herself because she's gotta get Pampers for her kids, she gotta get food for her kids, and that's all she knows how to do, I'll give her respect. I don't care. I'm not here to judge. If a woman, tells you, yo, I want to be friends with benefits because I don't like staying in a relationship. I do enjoy sex and I just want to have sex. I respect that too. I'm not no one to judge. So if that kid was selling drugs because he had to pay for his tuition, it is what it is. Nah, it's not worth going for jail, bro. Yo, I've been in jail, and I can tell you that shit ain't no joke. You know what it is to fucking wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, to have some asshole tell you wake up, it's child time, to give you some shitty child, and then when they do cell search, they fucking take your whole entire cell and they knock everything out. You have to put everything in, and then they tell you to bend down, cough, kind of shit that you just see my butt crack, bro. For what? Hell no, that's embarrassing. Freedom is way. For me to go to jail again, it has to be something that you kill a family member of mine, you kill my wife, my kids, God forbid, and I gotta do what I gotta do. That is the only way. But for me to go to jail for selling drugs for somebody else, for some other motherfuckers to get rich, because let me tell you something, I've seen people out there in jail who they say they had a lot of things in the streets, but when it came to jail, yo, G, could I have a bag of chips? Yo, G, could I have some soup? Or, yo, G, could I have this? And I was like, yo, but weren't you shit in the streets? Didn't you have thousands of dollars? What's up in your commissary? You're asking me for a 50-cent soup and you ain't got no money in your commissary? And where's your peep at? Where's your boy? What's your boy that you were selling to? Why is he hooking you up with commissary? Because apparently, back in the 80s and back in the 70s, 80s, and even close to the 90s, if you got caught, the one that you were dealing with, he'll get you out. But nowadays, dealers are like a dime a dozen. You go to jail, boom, I got another one. You go to jail, boom, I got another one. That's it. That's the way it goes. Look at Big Mac. All right. Now I gotta find out who Big Mac is. You guys are throwing some knowledge at me, bro. That's good. That's good. Oh, he's from Detroit. The Black Mafia family, the Big Mac early release. Okay. I have to read a story. Now I don't know Big Mac. He's from. I just saw it now. He's from Detroit. It says here he was sentenced to 30 years. He'll be out when he's 61 years old. This was 2017. Big Mac was part of the Black Mafia family with his brother Southwest T. They ran drugs since 1980 through 2005 when they were arrested and charged. But yeah, 2000 from 1980s to 2005 they were dealing drugs. Demetrius Big Tech Mac Flannery started out breakdancing and DJing. Well, Flannery sounds like felony. There you go. In 2015, I don't know how good this media site is, medium.com. Says that in 2015, it was estimated he was worth $100 million. But I don't know how true that is because, like I said, I don't know where this medium.com is from. I don't know where they get their news from. But it could be true. Anyone's doing the devil's work as a beta. I bet he would agree. Hip hop love facts. He got all the nerds, lames, and whoever he found for useful, you got paid and laid work. Everybody eats, everybody earns. King Geo, Rick Ross. I think I'm a Big Mac song. It's true. All right. Yo, so what do you got? Yo, not change the story. I'm gonna read about Big Mac later on too. What do you guys think of? He's funny though. Tekashi, the guy's like, yeah, but think about it this way. Okay, he has over $200 million. But let me ask you a question. Is all that money worth where he's at right now? Is all that money worth your freedom? Would you prefer to have $200 million and in prison for 30 years? Or would you have zero and have your freedom? Play Marcus Harvey's speech here. Okay. Okay, we go to YouTube. Guys, you do know that I do have super chat. You can donate. Garvey.
Did not suffer and die to give me an invitation to slight, oppress, or discourage my people. Because whatsoever education I acquired out of their sacrifice of over 300 years, I shall use for the salvation of the 400 million black people of the world. And the day when I forsake my people, may God Almighty say there shall be no more light for you. I unequivocally rejected the racist assumption of much white American Christianity, namely that God had created the black man inferior and that he had intended neither. If the white man has the idea of a white God, let him worship his God as he desires. We have found a new ideal, because whilst our God has no color, and yet it is human to see everything through one's own spectacles, and since the white people have seen their God through their white spectacles, we have only now started to see our God through our own spectacles.
That's true.
We believe in the God of Ethiopia, the everlasting God, God of Father, God of Son, God of Holy Ghost, the one God of all ages. That is the God in whom we believe, whom we shall worship him through the spectacles.
If the white man can see the white God in their spectacles, then that is true. ATF, all the time flat, aka Chief Copper, at King Geo, is only a fake or just want to know real talk? Omi's fake. Omi, somehow, somewhere, he's got away with words, or he got with some people. But Omi is not no millionaire. Omi does not have no millions of dollars like he said he does. He doesn't got none of that shit. I called Omi out the other time because the house that he bought in Jersey, no, Pennsylvania, and PA, the last house that he has right now, which, by the way, this is the only motherfucker that I know that owns $1 million house but has no furniture in it. But that's another story. That house that he bought was on a loan from this Jewish guy in Jersey. From Brooklyn. Because if you look at the sale of the house, which is listed, it has the loaner and the loanee. And the loaners are some Jewish guys from Brooklyn. So he did not buy the house. And when I confronted him with that on YouTube, he said, "Oh no, my shit was not. I never had a loan." He's full of shit. True. That is true. He could be so. I was told by some girl who's going through my Facebook that most of his money, whatever it is that he had, was through Bitcoins. How true is that? I don't know. But if you see one of my videos that I posted like 2 weeks ago, when he got bitch slapped, he got manhandled by a guy in a mall that called him a snitch, and he didn't do shit. Subscribe, ATF, subscribe. Because it's just so funny the way he did things. Because I was never an Omi fan. I never watched Omi. Then one day in November, I was scrolling through YouTube and I see this fat fuck say, "Oh, yo, I just got raided by the FBI and then next door and blah blah blah." And then he goes, "Yo, whatever happens, yo, when I drop this merch, just buy." First of all, if you get raided by the FBI, the last person you're gonna talk to is YouTube. The first person you call is your lawyer, and the first thing your lawyer is gonna tell you is gonna say, "Shut the F up. Don't say a word." You want me to show the video? All right, I'll show you the video. Guys, I do Snapchat, bro. Donate, bro. I'm gonna show you the video, bro. Oops. Show you the video, guys. This is funny though. And then in the video, he's saying, because what happened was he was trying to diss this guy Adam Knows, said about the lips or whatever the case may be, and then Adam Knows got a video of Omi getting manhandled in the mall. But check this out. And then from what Adam Knows told me the other day was that his brother, Tough Bull, whatever, Rican Bull, said that he had to take care of the guy, that he killed the guy, I don't know, that manhandled Omi in the mall, because he had to take care of him. Whether it was killed, I don't know what that might be. So, and then word got this kid that manhandled Omi is in jail doing some time, and he comes out pretty soon. And I was told that he didn't like the fact that he was told that Rican Bull said that he handled it. So let's see what happens with that. Let me look for my YouTube. Hold on. Let me look at my videos. There we go, guys. You ready? You ready? Are you guys ready? Yo, I never gave shit to his channel. Yo, put it this way. Check this out. He said that once he reaches 200,000 subscribers, he was going to give out $50,000. To this day, he has done nothing. He's on IG right now, not today, but he was maybe like 3 weeks ago. He put on his IG account. Once he reaches a certain amount of people, he's going to give out 5,000. I said, and so I told him, listen, you fat fuck. You haven't even given 50,000 in YouTube. How are you going to get $5,000 here? Yo, check this out. You ready, guys? Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's gonna be a quick video. I know I told you that I was gonna do Omi no more, but I just saw this video. I've had it for a while. I still got nothing else to do, right? I don't go to work till tomorrow. I want to show you something, and this is courtesy of Adam Knows. And I'm gonna show it to you guys. Ice cream vlog. So he talks about blah 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 blah. So I want you guys to see this. If you guys haven't seen this video, which most of you have, but he has 50K. Ice cream vlogs, you've seen it, but this is a video of Omi getting bitch handled. You've already seen it, but let's do it again. Watch his boy and watch the girl he's with. That's funny. I can make 1,000 characters on his boy. He's supposed to be his boy, but I'll put it this way so you guys can hear it better. This is this is Adam Knows.
In real life.
Okay? That's Omi right there. You see? That's his boy. Nigga, won't he get it? His boy knew something was happening. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Look at the boy. He walked away. Because he knew. Look what he says. Look at this boy. The boy walks away right there. Look at him, look at him, look at him. What the? Come over here. He said, I ain't still talking with nobody, but we didn't want to get it. He get it. Did he get it? His boy said, hello. Did he get it? I didn't see he got it. I see him get mad, dude. Yeah, that's his homeboy that took off. His homeboy said, see you. Because the other lady looked Chinese. I think the other lady was someone from a store. But that's his boy right. I think that's Rican Bull. That's his boy right there. And he knew something was up because he got away from Omi before he got snatched. And then you hear Omi say, yo, I ain't gonna start talking with nobody, but you gotta go around. Do it, some shit like that, right? Do you see him do something there? No. So that guy that grabbed him, from what I understand, from what Adam says, is that he's in jail now. He comes out soon, and he's not pretty, and he's not happy with the fact that Rican Bull said that he took care of that kid. So let's see what goes on. And the bot says that Omi's video got taken up before the 50K. No, Omi was when I started shouting at Omi was already at 400 and some odd thousand subscribers. Yeah, but you hear him say, "Yo, I'm not looking for trouble, but if someone brings it, he brings it." You know, come on, man, that doesn't make you look good, bro. It really doesn't. And then your homeboy just does this, does one of those. That's supposed to be your boy. I can understand one-on-one. All right, someone else jumps in, but at least stay there for your boy. If your boy sees you getting stomped on, let your boy jump in. But your boy didn't even do that. Your boy just left. He just see who's out. You don't do shit like that. Friends like that, you don't need enemies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Omi a fraud. Of course he's a fraud. He claims the FBI raided him and froze his account the same time he was given to where his $400 security level. He paid the man 2 years of fraud. No, look, you have to look at this. The FBI did not raid his house. The FBI seized. There's two different things between raiding and seizing. The FBI seized property that were at his house. And if you look at when he put on the property, because he thinks people are stupid, but when he finally put up the website where you can look it up, and if you look at the FBI's website, it says most of the property that were seized, most of the cars that were seized, they were not his. It says, if you look at it, it says the owner's name, but it does say it was seized at Omar Carrasquillo's house. That's all it says. But as far as property, the Lambo was not under his name. It was under somebody else's name. The other car was under somebody else. And then he comes up with this bullshit. He says, "Oh, I think it was the Audi." And he was driving the Audi to the FBI's lot because they didn't want to come pick it up or something like that. Since when the FBI gives you the right, says, "You know what? Yo, Brittany, do me solid, man. You know, I can't go to your house right now, but can you bring me the Audi? Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Yo, bring it with gas. If not, when you get here, we hit you up. The FBI will hit you up with some gas. But bring me the Audi because we can't go out there right now." You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. Yeah, I know they don't all be front of there for sure to get that donation. And then people, now he's selling this reloaded merch that looks ugly as fuck. And I'm like, people buying that piece of shit? He said that he had to refund 60% of the merch because of PayPal. You're right. This is the same way. You guys remember Solo Man and that guy Entertainment when they decided to do a magazine, and a lot of people subscribed to their magazine, but no one sold not even one copy. And I went after Solo Man because Solo Man opened up a GoFundMe page me when a storm went through his house and did shit, and he made 10 G's in an hour or two. And I went after him, and after maybe 6-7 months later, he got demonetized. Everything went down. Dan Blezerin just got caught fronting for the gram. He ain't going to refund shit. He probably nobody bought that merch, and he got all that merch standing there, and people like, what the fuck are you gonna buy that piece of shit that says RR Reloaded? You can buy this. Did you see his stuff? This shit's expensive as fuck. And yet he has boxes and boxes of shit, but the motherfucker has no sofa. He has no TV. He's lucky he has to have a fridge. He's fat. Yo, who's this guy, bro? Who's this guy? I want to know who he is. Dan Blizzerian. Who's that? Oh, yo, Omi gives Spanish people a bad name, bro. That's just plain and simple. Yo, he got heated because I was the one that was going after him. He got heated. He was so heated. And then I told him one day, yo, if you got yourself 100,000 subscribers, where's your YouTube plaque? Yo, I think a week later, he got his plaque. Oh, thanks to this YouTuber, which I'm not gonna give him any clout. I remember that I surpassed 100,000, and I called YouTube, and YouTube gave me the plaque. Look, man, hip hop love. Let me tell you something. 69's gotta watch his ass, bro. I saw on TikTok, I think maybe like 3 or 4 threats already. And that's just the beginning, son. If they got to Tupac and they got to Biggie Small, do you think they won't get to 69? Come on. 69's a little kid with a big mouth. And I don't care what anyone says to me, he's a snitch. I don't care if you tell me. Oh, he's a rich douchebag. Okay. Yeah, but the FBI is already off his case. He's a free man. But the thing is that this is what got to me is that there are people out there saying, "Oh, he had a right to snitch because they fucking baby mom, they kidnapped him. This guy, whatever his producer was making money while he was making 250,000. 69 was making only 25,000." To pretend to be rich with his fake friends. Okay, I got you. So I'm telling people, yo, if his baby mama had sex with other guys on the gang, that's all on her. If you got kidnapped and did this, yo, that's a gang. You joined the gang. You didn't join the Boy Scouts. What you want them to do? You're a rich kid. You're elite. You're the creme of la creme. They're gonna take something from you. So if you got kidnapped, right, and they threatened to kill your mom, and you did all this, and they did your baby mama, yo, if you a true thug, you go after the motherfucker that kidnapped you. You go after the motherfucker who did your baby mama. You go after the motherfucker who threatened your mama. That's who you go after. Because you're supposed to be a thug. You're supposed to be in a gang. So everybody, like, although he had to do this because they was doing this to him, he joined a gang. What a gang? What do you think? Gangs are gonna go with him door to door, sell cookies, or hold up a raffle? It's a gang. And then he goes out and he commits these crimes with these gang people, and then when he sees himself, because you don't have the FBI. If anyone knows anything about cops, if anyone knows anything about the FBI, if 10 of us gets caught, the first person to snitch gets the reward. It's plain and simple. Yo, so in other words, what do you say? Britney Spears, brother, King G, I don't know your own gang. But that's the whole, yo, man. It's a gang. A gang does shit like that. He's a rich kid. I don't know if he got kidnapped. I don't know. That's what he says. But he got kidnapped for what? Who are they going to ransom whom? If I kidnap you, it's because I want ransom, right? So who are they going to ransom him? Nah, Brittany, I'm not saying he's gonna have to fight 70 peeps. But if you're in a gang and you show your colors, yo, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck if it's 70 peeps I gotta fight. But if someone kidnapped me, if someone did that shit, I'm going after that person who did that. I don't care. Die, I die. That's what you join a gang for. Sooner or later, you're gonna die. So it shouldn't surprise you that a gang did this to you. A gang member did this to you because that's what a gang does. They'll treat you right, and we're family, with this and with that. And the minute they see the opportunity, they're gonna take advantage of you. It's plain and simple. They're not gonna tell you, yo, you know what? We should take your money and we should put it in escrow. We should take your money and do an IRA and make sure that that money gets quadrupled in 5 years, and then take some of that money and put it into a CD. That's what we should do, because you, Takashi, we are down with you. I don't think so. And so, okay, fine. So even if his gang kidnapped him for $400K, you still go out. You're supposed to be thug, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm from the South Bronx. All right, I seen this gang shit a long time. All right, and I know when a gang member, if one gang member does something to another gang member within their own gang, someone has to pay for that, because you're supposedly not supposed to do that amongst yourselves. But if I'm a gang member and I say to you, yo, Brittany, this motherfucker right over here kidnapped me, bro. I ain't gotta do something with him. You think that guy? They're gonna say, "No, you can't do that, G." No. So then, what I'm forced to, all I gotta do is do one thing: just kill the head. A snake can't survive without a head. Shoot him. Do what you gotta do. It don't matter. Plus, he had the money. He could have gone to California. He could have gone to Alaska. He had 50 other states to choose from that he could have gone to. But he chose to snitch. Any gang do you dirty, bro. Brittany, where you from, bro? Are you from the streets? I never seen a gang member have a rich person in his gang and not try to take advantage of it. Plain and simple. It's as simple as it gets, bro. How do you think drug dealers go wrong? Because one gang or one guy decides, that gang, or one person or one member, whatever it can be, decides, you know what? This motherfucker got 20 G's. I can kill him, take his dope, and take the 20 G's. That's how some motherfucker think. Bro, they robbed $20 million from him. Yo, he never had $20 million. He was never that rich. He had money, but he never had 20 mil. The gang allowed it. Yo, so you still. My point is, it's a gang. That's my point. It's a gang. You know what you're getting yourself into. If you're not willing, I mean, you're there when they got your back. When some motherfuckers jump you or someone beats you up, you got it. You call them up and say, "Yo, what's up, yo? This motherfucker beat me up." Then you go 20 deep. But when they do you wrong, it's not the first time they did them wrong. Come on, the first time they do you wrong, you put a stop to that. Either you die or I die. One of those two, you gotta go. I'm sorry, but that's the gang life, yo. If he didn't snitch, he should have been in the gang in the first place. My point is, all right, he snitched. But my point is, you go on TV and you say, I had to snitch because they did this and that. My point to you guys is that that's a gang. That's not the Boy Scout. That's not a Boy Scout. That's not from this. That's a gang. That's what gangs do. Okay, and you see it most of the time. But the thing is that what do you think? Yo, you don't think you got NFL players that are in gangs? You don't think you have wrestlers that are in gangs? You don't think you got MLB players that are in gangs? NBA players are in gangs? Young guys? But it's just, he got into a gang that wasn't even organized. But the point is, The thing, even if hip hop, even if he was robbing 69, it's a gang. So come on, bro. If you're my manager and you're taking $250,000 and I'm only getting 25,000, then there's something wrong. How can the producer make more than the artist? Is Tekashi that stupid? So if hip hop, if you're making 250 and I'm making only 25,000, I'm gonna say, yo, where's the other 225,000? I know you gotta make something, but where's the other $225,000? And I'm not gonna tell you with my voice. I'm gonna have a bat, or I'm gonna have something with me. Can't be that stupid, bro. I mean, math is math. Whether it's here, 2 + 2 is the same thing in China. I don't care, but it's the truth. Honors them pirates. These pirates rock with their own crew for life. True. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, captain. You know, if you're gonna put it this way, if you were in a gang, if this was a gang, if I was a gang, and hip hop, Britney, and we all were in a gang, and let's just say Britney was, he's macking in the money, he got money, he's bringing the money, and he wants to show love, he gives us some money, and if he doesn't want to give us the money, that's cool. At least I got someone famous with me. You know what I'm saying? I can always go, hip hop is down with us, hip hop is this, but that. I'm not gonna try to extort you. I'm not gonna try to do that. But these are uneducated kids who want to be thugs, and by wanting to be thugs, this is what they get. They got life or whatever the hell it says there. And now Tekashi, by him snitching, by him even going in the street saying, "Oh, I have to do this," and he talking all that yin yang. All he's doing is fueling fire to these assholes that don't know that. Let's say that they say that he had to snitch because he had a family or whatever the case may be. They don't understand that. They just understand a snitch is a snitch, and he cannot last. And eventually that's what's going to end up happening, unless he turns his life around. But if he keeps up acting the way he's acting now, thinking that he's immortal, thinking that he's untouchable, someone is going to touch him. Brittany, my point is, it is what it is, bro. Look, I have a friend of mine. I'm going to give you an example. I have a friend of mine who's 23 years old. He just got 70 years in prison, right? Because he had a gun deal and it went wrong, right? So him and his boys decided to shoot the guy that was going to sell him the gun, take his body, take it somewhere else, call the guy that left behind and say, yo, you know what? If you say something, this is the same thing's going to happen to you. Then take this body and put it back where they shot it. So then this guy that was alone called the cops. These two other guys that were with him, there's three of them. There's two other guys that were with him. They all left. One little birdie snitched. But this friend of mine didn't know these two guys. So I told him, you know what? They gave you 70 years. They was going to give you life. Once you guys shot that guy, you should have just shot all three of them. You should have killed all of them. What are they going to do? Give you a life? What, they're going to bury you and bring you back to life? You leave no witnesses. Plain and simple. It is what it is. Even if you don't blame Tekashi, so we'll say let's just say we don't blame Tekashi. But what he's doing now, the way he's acting now, that's going to get him in trouble. And like I said, I don't know him from a hole in the wall. I think he's a good rapper. I think if he takes away the curse words, he'd be okay. But he's acting up. He's acting up in a way that all he's doing is gang members from city to city. He's antagonizing, and those people don't think like you and I. You know, they don't have that rationale. They're not gonna think rationally. Oh, let Tekashi live. He's a little kid, blah blah blah. We gotta do our own thing anyway, right? Let him think. We do our thing. He does his thing. They don't. Some of those motherfuckers don't think that way. You got these people thinking Tekashi's gotta go, and by him talking, well, I'm here. Yeah, I'm in New York. Yo, ain't nobody stopping me. I'm all this. I'm all that. Blah 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 blah. All you doing is putting heat in the you fueling the fire more than what it is. And the minute that those agents that you got turn their head, you can't even trust the motherfuckers that are protecting you. Cause they, like you said, yo, there's no loyalty in this game. Yo, you can bribe the one guy, or you can bribe both of them that are protecting you. Yo, I'll give you $1 million each. You just let me get one shot at Tekashi. That's $1 million, bro. All they gotta do is just look the other way or pretend to look the other way. Ooh, shout, what we want, and that's it, Tekashi, you gone. So you can't even trust the people. So by you acting on this bullshit, you already learned from your first mistake not to trust a gang member, not to trust nobody. Let me tell you something, boys and girls. The Bible says, damn is the man who trusts this man. You cannot trust the man for nothing. You can trust your kids to a certain extent because you don't even know something they even go. They'll betray you. So if those guys did that thing to you, can you imagine these guys? You don't know these guys from a hole in the wall. Even the FBI, but the FBI already took their detailing off of him. But the guys that you hired, you don't know. Anyone can be bribed. Money talks, bro. You know why? You know why gangs care? Because it's a snitch thing. It's a street thing. You know what they say? Snitches get stitches. King Real, let's be real. All the gang was supposed to get George Zimmerman. He's sitting back drinking Zimas, going to gun shows. Yeah, but that's it. There's a difference, though. George Zimmerman is not going around saying, he's not boasting. He's not going, yo, I shot Trevor Martin because this, and that. I had to do what I have to do, you know. And if I have to do that shit again, I'll do that shit again. Fuck that. And fuck Trayvon. He's not doing that. If he was to do that, trust me, there'll be no George Zimmerman. Yeah, but yo, isn't Alpo's from back in the days, bro? We're talking about back in the days. We're talking about people now. This is a different generation. Yo, I'll give you an example. If Tekashi 69 was to do that shit in Puerto Rico, the minute he hit Puerto Rico, even if he went for a concert, they'll go after him. I've seen motherfuckers in Puerto Rico get out of jail. They were witnesses to a crime. They snitched, came to the States, and 20 years later they went back because of a funeral or a family's birthday. And when they got to the airport, they didn't even make it to the house. 20 years later. So just imagine that. It is what it is, bro. I pray for the kid. I hope nothing happens to him. I wish him the best. I hope he has the most success that he can. I hope he becomes the father he's meant to be for his kids. You know, I wish he notches it down a little bit. But nonetheless, I wish him nothing but success. Now, Omi, Get over here. Homie got bitch snatched. We went from Kamala Harris to gangs. Yeah, but there's certain honors, man. You know, loyalty, like you said, loyalty goes both ways, man. And that shit don't. And unfortunately, that's not the way it is nowadays. You know, if I'm with you and we both rob a bank, right? And you told me, yo, G, I mean, I got my kids out there. I got a 2-year-old that I gotta take care of. I'm 48 years old. They give me 10 years. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the rap for you, bro. You go do your kids and blah 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 blah. I might tell you some shit like, yo, just send me over commissary. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I won't say nothing, bro. Because we were in it together. You know what I'm saying? And you have maybe you're 22, maybe you're 23. I can do that. But bro, if we go into the crime together and we did this shit together, and we're both looking at the same time, don't come and tell me, yo, Gio, nah, fuck that. We do it at the same time. That doesn't mean I'm gonna snitch on you, because I'm not gonna snitch on you. But we did it together. Oh, I wish the best. No, I wish the best for homie. I wish him. Look, I wish no ill. I wish no ill to nobody. You know, homie is just homie. Homie is just a narcissistic little kid who wants his way, and he's doing that through lies. You know, and people are giving him money when they think like me. I've given away in my channel. I've given away a keyboard, which might not be much, but I gave away a keyboard. I've given away Android boxes, one Android box. I'm sorry. Last year for Christmas, I gave away $100. And when I get money, I try to give away because I'm the type of person that when I have, I like to give. Because at the end of the day, if I die today, I'm not going to take. If I have $1 million, I'm not going to take that $1 million with me. So if I can make someone's life better, even if it's for that one day or for that 1 hour, then I'll do it. And for Omi, I can't wish him the best because he doesn't do anything. I mean, I hope he stops lying. You know, but Tekashi has a career, and I wish him the best in his career. You know, I wish Omi the best in his life, but two different characters. You know, well, I think they're both pussies, though, to be honest with you, because Tekashi 69 wouldn't hold a slap. You know, but it is what it is, you know. And when you do, you know, God don't like ugly. And like they say, karma will get you. You know, it's like you reap what you sow. You reap good things. You sow good things, you're gonna reap good things. You sow bad things, so you know you're gonna reap. You're gonna reap bad. That's just the way life is. What you do today, it might not come back to you tomorrow or the next day, but one way or another, it's gonna come back to you. And all that bullshit that Omi did, taking people's money and all that bullshit life, that's all gonna come back to him, unless he gets an epiphany, you know, and he changes his life and he turns his life over to God. But eventually, all that comes back and bites you in the ass. I know that, but Brittany, did you see? The only one thing that I give Fat Joe is the conversation that he had with Tekashi. That he told Tekashi, keep those people away from you. Keep those people away from you. And he's doing it now. He's having these people around him that are only there for the money. He's doing the same thing Tyson did. But he's doing this thing again. He's making the same mistake twice. Don't you learn from the first time? Keep your friends close, keep your enemies close. But learn to choose your friends. These guys that he's hanging out with, All they want him because he's Tekashi. He got the money. They're not gonna tell you that, but come on, you gotta be pretty stupid not to know. You know, so when you're in that kind of life, even the life that you're in now, you're supposed to keep your friends small, minimum. Have friends that have your aspirations. Have friends that have the same vision that you do. None of these people next to Tekashi want the best for West Tekashi. No, they don't. They don't. If I was to ever meet that kid, the first thing I tell him, yo, keep away from those people. Have yourself some mentors. Have people who's going to guide you to do the right thing. Well, I don't know how far along was the kidnap, but so what you saying? You saying Fat Joe kidnapped him? Bro, Brittany, when you're gonna leave, you don't tell nobody to leave, son. The minute that put it this way, the minute Fat Joe said that, yo, I would have just gone to my crib. Hey, what's up, mom? What's up, dad? Or whatever. I know that. What's up, mom? Yo, let's go for a walk. Let's go east side. Yo, go to JFK and bounce. It's pretty simple. This is not the mafia, bro. This is not the FBI that will look for you for every crack and croony. This is just a little gang member from Manhattan or from Brooklyn, wherever it was. They don't got it like that. Nah, second childhood. Thank you, God, diabetes. But it is what it is, man. It's unfortunate, though. Well, you said Fat Joe told him to change up. He did. That led to his kidnapping. I don't know. I don't know that I saw the thing, the interview with Fat Joe told him to change. But he could have changed and gone somewhere else. But you know these things are gonna happen because this is a gang, bro. You cannot trust in a gang. This ain't this ain't Allstate, man. We're in your hands. No, nigga, this ain't Allstate. This is if you don't do what we say, you're gonna be either in the morgue or you're gonna be in downstate. But anyways, so this was fun, guys. I've been here with 2 hours with you guys. I appreciate it. It's 11:10. Let's do this again tomorrow. 9 o'clock is a good time. We'll do this tomorrow. Let's see if we can get a topic and stay. Because we didn't even talk about Kamala Harris, bro. But it was a good conversation. I learned a lot from you guys. I learned about the king. I learned about the Solomon descendant. I learned. And I want to look into it. I want to look also to Big Mac, but I want to first look into the king because that interests me more than Big Mac. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Tekashi be good? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how Tekashi 69 drama goes. You do that, bro. You do that. You got my email. Let me know so we can set this up. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me for 2 hours. That means a lot. See, a lot of people think we have to have a lot of views to it. No. I'm good with 3 views because you guys taught me something that I did not know, and I greatly appreciate that. So I'm good for learning new things every day. Meek Mill's people is looking for him. Well, anyway, guys, thank you, Hip Hop. Thank you for coming on. Britney Spears, thank you for coming on. God Diety, thank you very much. You got my email. Let me know when we can do this. I'll hit you back. I always hit I always When you email me, I go straight up to you guys. When you message me here on YouTube, I always leave a comment real quick. I'm one of the few YouTubers that does that. Everybody just scroll. I don't like doing that because you guys made me the person I am today. Okay? All right, guys. Good night, man. Mad love to you guys. It was good talking to you guys. That number is going to change. So if any freaks out there decide to call the number, it's not going to be on after the show. We'll see, Brittany. We'll see how this unfolds. You said a decade. I think it's going to be less than that. If he doesn't do the things that he's supposed to do and stop angering these people, maybe a year or so. Maybe. I hope not, but let's just go. All right, man. Take care, Brittany. God bless. God bless you guys all. God ladies. Bless you, baby girl. And Hip Hop King, Hip Hop, thank you. Hip Hop Love, thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing, at 9 o'clock. We'll see what we'll talk about tomorrow. All right. Hopefully some stimulus comes on. I can give you guys some good news. All right, man. Peace out.